derrière.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are gone. 'Tis you must go and I must go. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
And McGuigan's father still in pretty good voice, a man who once won a third place in the Eurovision Song Contest back in the 1960s. So, the preliminaries over. Danny Small, our MC, is one of the McGuigan clan. Our MC is ready in the centre of the ring for this fight, promoted and sponsored tonight
Ladies and
by
gentlemen,
the Irish Permanent Building
this is the
Society. Here's Danny
principal
Small.
contest of the evening for the WBA World Featherweight Championship. 15 3-minute rounds of boxing between Danilo Cabrera and Barry McGuigan. At the weigh-in this morning, Cabrera weighed 125 pounds and 2 ounces. H. Stone, 13 pounds and 2 ounces. McGuigan weighed 125 pounds and 8 ounces. H. Stone, 13 and 1/2 pound. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, on my left, the challenger from the Dominican Republic, Danilo Cabrera. On my right, in the blue corner, the world featherweight champion, Barry McGuigan. Your judges for this contest: Luis Rodriguez of Venezuela, Edward Levine from Miami, and Rogelio Perez from Panama. Your referee is Ed Earhart from Miami. The supervisor for this contest is Mr. James Binns from Philadelphia. Your timekeeper, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Dan McAllister of Belfast.
Well, Danny Small could barely make himself heard even with a microphone. And above the chanting, the here we goes from McGuigan's fans. A scheduled 15 rounds. Very few people here tonight believe we shall ever get that far. Cabrera and his camp politely applauded McGuigan when his name was announced. So McGuigan's second defence underway. Cabrera compact looking. They both were trained to a hair. Not an ounce of spare flesh on either of them. The first thing Cabrera will notice will be the long reach of McGuigan. He's got a 70-inch reach, which is the equivalent of men umpteen stone heavier than him. Big hands, long reach. He can so often find an opponent, and the opponent can't find him. And if Cabrera has been affected by this extraordinary reception that McGuigan gets in Ireland, it doesn't show on him. Cabrera very quietly and logically trying to work his left hand into McGuigan's face and showing a rather dangerous looking right cross. Cabrera is certainly going to come looking for him with the right. Fast pace. Slight caution from the American referee to Cabrera for ducking too low. McGuigan's made a brisk start too. Good opening round. And if Cabrera keeps this up, he's not going to be the pushover some people thought he would be. Good, even opening round. That was a good round. So McGuigan knows, if he didn't know already, that the man in the other corner is not going to be any sort of pushover. The McGuigan statistics, just the one defeat. Peter Eubanks, who's already boxed here tonight, the only man who's ever beaten McGuigan, back in McGuigan's third pro fight. McGuigan now just a few days away from being 25 years old. This man is going to be Ireland's first sporting millionaire. Terry Lawless is with me, manager of 4 world champions. What do you think of that first round? That was a good opening round, I thought.
Well, as you said, if Cabrera's nervous, he doesn't look it. He's not showed any emotion at all. I've watched him all the way through the ceremonies. The corner were a bit excited, jumping about, but he's not changed his expression. And he certainly didn't look like a bothered man. But it's very early to say. He caught McGuigan with one right hand, so he can obviously punch a little bit. But, you know, it takes Barry a little while to get started.
Very determined attack by Cabrera. He knows this is his chance, and he's going to try and take it if he can. McGuigan can't afford to make any mistakes. I wonder if those 8-to-1 odds have suddenly changed a bit. Got a nice left hand in underneath McGuigan then. Got right underneath the elbow. Sign of weakness at all yet from Cabrera, taking good body punches. This is a very tough second round for McGuigan. He's being pushed all the way here. Camp now know for sure that they can take no chances, and Barry is going to have to work to win this. A little bit of a swelling coming up around McGuigan's right eye. Hope that doesn't give him too much trouble later. Dangerous looking right shot there by Cabrera. But we know McGuigan can take a good punch. We saw Carver hit him hard. We saw Laporte hit him hard once or twice in the days before he won the title. And he took those well enough and came back. Now it's been left straight through the guard from McGuigan. McGuigan's right eye has definitely got a problem. He's got a swelling coming up. And it's looking a little worse than it was a minute ago. And they're definitely going to have to do a little work on McGuigan's right eye. There's the Cabrera record. 2 defeats in 24 fights. A little bit of argument about his record, but we think it's 24. Now then, McGuigan most certainly has got a problem, because he's got a nasty-looking little bump. Let me ask Terry Lawless, if that was your man, would you be a bit worried about that?
Well, I think he got a thumb in his eye. It looks like a swelling right up on the eyelid itself, underneath the eyelid. And I think he gestured that as he went back to the corner, he got a thumb in his eye. It certainly looks like it's right the place for us. Look, they're showing out the corner now.
The corner are trying to tell the referee that he's had a thumb in the eye. That's quite right, Terry. So, not only a bit useful, Cabrera, but a bit rough as well. And the referee, in fact, has gone over to Cabrera's corner to tell them to be careful of the thumb. So these are very serious moments indeed at the start of this defence for McGuigan. If this man can keep this sort of work up, he is going to prove an immense problem. McGuigan's going to have to find something fairly soon to bring him up short. McGuigan finding him. The question now is, when he does have to start taking a few, how well Cabrera will take them. He was knocked out in the third round in a national title fight in his own country by a man called Manuel Batista. One of his 2 defeats. The other was on points in America. He's a rough, tough opponent, is Cabrera. He's standing in close and he's trying to find McGuigan with the right. And he's found it. Well, this will never go 15. McGuigan quite happy to stand in there close with him, pulling out all his repertoire of punches. This is a hard fight, head to head. And the referee's seen a bit too much of the head to head. stand up. Well, if you've taken 9-2 against Cabrera, you wouldn't be feeling too unhappy at the moment. That's a good punch. He pushed him right back on his heels. He's bringing the best out of McGuigan, there's no doubt about that. Not a moment's respite for the champion. He's got to work. He's beginning to dissuade Cabrera. The man's beginning to look a bit ragged. The cry of easy is coming up. Never like to hear that, because this is anything but easy. But he's just beginning to impose himself on Cabrera. Still dangerous, this challenger. That was some round. And McGuigan pulled out all the stops there. And we've had 3 great rounds here. Terry, they're always dangerous when they get a chance for the world title like this, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think he's come out with, I think he's got a 6-round fight in his mind. You know, Barry's ready to go 15 rounds. I think this fella's going to give it all he's got till he runs out of steam. And he started to slow up halfway through that round.
Here we are with some replay from that 3rd round. McGuigan pulled out an awful lot of punches here. And once or twice, he pushed him right back on his heels like that with the left hand. That will have shaken Cabrera. We can see that again. It's just a simple-looking left hand shot out, but it rocked him right back. Almost went off balance. And they're still working on the eye that had the thumb in it in the 2nd round. That's Barney Eastwood, his manager, with that steel. What do you call that? What?
An iron, I call it.
An iron.
Just like an iron. Yeah.
So this has been some fight so far here in Dublin. Cuero duro, tough as leather. And young Mr. Cabrera proving himself to be like that. A long, long way to go. A lot of punishment still to be handed out. Big left hand out. Well, it's been ruled too low by the referee. It's on the borderline to me from McGuigan. His eye looks no worse now. So much right hand work coming from Cabrera in this round, sticking with the left most of the time. I think he felt 1 or 2 of McGuigan's punches in the 3rd, and he's not quite as anxious now to mix it. He's trying to keep it at long range with the left. Getting picked off. You see that long reach works again for McGuigan. He sticks the left out and he finds the man, and the man's out of range himself. McGuigan working well in this round. Elusive as could be. Shifting laterally all the time. The shoulders are moving properly. He's evading most of Cabrera's work, and he's very quietly giving Cabrera a bit of a working over. Nice little right counter from Cabrera there. You see what a complete little fighter McGuigan is these days. He can box it, he can punch, he can turn it on when he wants to. He really is a good champion. So Cabrera goes back to those corner men. His manager is Hector Rivera. In that corner too is Greg Benitez, the father of Wilfred Benitez, a man who's won world titles at 3 different weights. So this man, despite the fact that so many people in Dublin thought this was going to be no sort of fight at all and that McGuigan would get it over very quickly, Cabrera is proving to be quite a handful. A pro only since 1983. He won his first 9 fights all inside the distance, and then he came unstuck in a fight for the Dominican Republic featherweight title against Manuel Batista, and he was training for a fight with Batista when he was called into this one. He's since won that national championship, by the way. McGuigan looking across at the referee, waiting to be rescued. Meanwhile, Cabrera was whipping a little punch into him rather low. Different tactics again this time for Cabrera. Gloves high up, wants to come in close. Using his elbows as well. The more accurate work coming from McGuigan. A lot of Cabrera's work being taken on the arms or going over the shoulders. But still dangerous, nonetheless. Head's rubbing again. Cabrera pressing forward, but pressing forward into punishment. Slinging a lot of punches, but very few of them are effective. Meanwhile, McGuigan's work is very effective. Heads bashed together again. They push their shoulders against each other. It's a rough, tough old fight, this one. McGuigan shows that if he's going to be pulled into a war, he doesn't mind. And he's been hurt. He's complaining he's been hit low, Cabrera. And the referee has gone to one of the judges, and Cabrera's making the most of it. The referee is going to the 3 judges, proclaiming a low punch by McGuigan, which will cost him the round. We'll have a look at that again later. That's a good right from Cabrera. And for the moment, McGuigan's lost his tempo. Disturbed by that warning. Taken right out of his stride. Every way. There we are, that was some round again, and there's no question at all, I think, that the 3 judges will take that round away from McGuigan for the low punch. If it was indeed low, it was certainly, Cabrera certainly complained instantly about it and then made quite a bit of it. Now let's have a look at it again. Let's just have a look. There have been a lot of punches on the borderline. Well, There was one punch there that looked as though it might be low, and that was the one he complained about. A bit difficult to see from that angle. We've got another angle on it. Let's have another look. There again, it's masked, but it looked when it started travelling as though it was likely to go low, certainly. Anyway, it's been proclaimed a low punch by the referee, and the judges have been told so, and this corner certainly considered it so. So on we go in a fight that is testing McGuigan to the utmost. And the Cabrera camp a bit slow to get his gum shield back in. That's a good right from Cabrera. He didn't have too good a round in the fourth, the challenger, but he's come right back from it, and he's as strong as ever. One or two of Cabrera's punches are now threatening to go low. Another one low. There's a lot of borderline stuff going on here. And McGuigan, undeterred by that warning, he's still going with the left down to the body. Another one. That looked a bit low to me. And Cabrera's turned his back on him, told to get on with it by the referee this time. I think McGuigan needs to be just a bit careful. What would happen in this arena if he were disqualified for low punching? I dread to think. Is McGuigan's strength and pressure becoming too much for Cabrera? It's beginning to look like it again. He's finding him with punch after punch. And nowhere. And another warning, or a caution anyway, for low punching to McGuigan in the sixth. Challenger knows he's in a fight now. There's no doubt about it. McGuigan relentlessly keeps the pressure on. He's such a strong man. He could do this for 15 rounds. And Cabrera's quite glad to hear that bell, believe me. Terry Lawless, this is proving to be some fight, isn't it?
Yeah, Cabrera's moaning a little bit for nothing. He's getting caught around the waistband. They're not really low punches. You know, I couldn't see that the one that he did the slow-mo on, but the others are really around the waistband. What I think's happened is that he starts each round, he knows he's got to get Barry going backwards. When he was fresh and he had those first couple of rounds and pushed him back on his back foot, then he had some success. But now as Barry's beginning to find the range and, you know, as the fight's going on, he's got to back off. And because this is where he plays right into Barry's hands.
This is one of those suspect punches from McGuigan. Another look.
Yeah, that was
well,
low.
That was low, wasn't it?
That was low. Yeah.
That was the one, I think, that he didn't actually get told about because the referee was on the other side of Cabrera, and I don't think he saw it.
Yeah, as you said, Harry, I think he should be a little careful because, you know, I think this guy's looking to go home soon.
Well, they've paid a lot of money for their tickets to come to this fight in Dublin, but my word, it's been worth it. They've seen a fight. And there might be a lot more to come yet. Cabrera starting the rounds now rather better than he finishes them, naturally. Well, they weren't low. Beautiful punches into the body. McGuigan's left hook is the one that's doing the really good work here. Pouring in so much work, McGuigan. He's got the most amazing work rate. Still mustn't take any chances on McGuigan. The man's still throwing a rather wicked-looking right. I'll tell you what, he stands up to a punch, does Cabrera. The fellow who knocked him out in 3 rounds must have a dig. Well, McGuigan now keeping a very firm control on this. Not giving Cabrera too much chance to work, as a matter of fact. The boy from the Dominican Republic is still very much in there, trying to win this. He's a rather better challenger than Bernard Taylor, and Bernard Taylor was the top man, the top challenger. Well, I think this corner will be pretty happy with the way things are going. Would you agree with that, Terry?
Yeah, I think mentally he's gone in there to fight as best he can. I think he's gone in to do his best, and then he knows, like a sparring session, someone's going to knock him out of there. Whereas Barry's gone in ready to have a 15-round fight. And I think as every round comes on, you'll see that he's getting progressively slower. And I think if Barry just steadies up a little bit, I think he got rattled by that warning for the low punch. And I think if he just steadies up a little bit, but he's not really clipped him with one real good punch, has he? He's not called him with a real good punch. He's called him with a lot of punches, not one real good one.
What would you think, roughly, the score at the moment?
I would think McGuigan's, I've not kept the score, I would think McGuigan's in front. I would have had him say 3 rounds in front without the round taken away from him.
And the eye of McGuigan beginning to discolour. But it's not closing. They've kept the swelling under control using the iron. Solid right hand that Cabrera dug into the body. Still a bit of strength there. Both of them perhaps just taking a slight breather. He fought at a very fast pace. Barry went to the big right there. Notice how he's always commanding the centre of the ring. The other man's always being made to work on the outside, going further. There's a cut on McGuigan's face. Left eye. So more trouble. We haven't seen him in this sort of trouble before. And now he knows he's got to work. He knows the cut is on his face and he's going for the finish. I think it's underneath the eye. Doing his best to finish it here and now, and Cabrera's all over the shop, hanging on for dear life. He doesn't know where he is. He's been put under such an attack there. McGuigan in his own corner now, working to get this over. The gum shield has come out of the challenger's mouth. Is he going to finish it here? He felt the blood on his face, and the bell's ringing and nobody can hear it. Nobody can hear it. It's been stopped. It's all over. And they are protesting like mad in the Cabrera corner. I thought I heard the bell before he stopped it. And the referee's gone over to the timekeeper to ask about that. But the McGuigan camp have accepted that they've won. There is a tremendous protest coming from the Cabrera corner now. So, he was certainly in a lot of trouble, Cabrera, in the corner. And then I heard the bell, at least I thought I did. And then the referee signaled that it was over. And I don't think it is over. It is not over. It is not over. He consulted the timekeeper, and the timekeeper obviously said, I rang the bell before you stopped it. And so, absolute chaos and pandemonium here. They have to go on. The McGuigan camp and all McGuigan supporters believe they've won. But they have to go on, and I wonder how much Cabrera really wants to go on. His corner want him to, but does he? Those were desperate moments for the referee, Ed Edcott from Miami, United States. He made a brave decision there to change his mind. Well, what a sensation this fight's turning out to be. McGuigan's cut is underneath the left eye. Like a crescent moon. How much has Cabrera got left? McGuigan comes in, head down, rubs his head into Cabrera's face, and he's trying to get it over in this round if he didn't get it over in the last. The blood running down the face of McGuigan again. Round 9. 6,000 people now willing McGuigan to finish it. And Cabrera, you've got to hand it to him. He's putting up some fight here. He was in such trouble in the last round, and he's still lively on his feet here. The fight that was thought to be an 8-1 on fight has suddenly turned out to be almost a nightmare for McGuigan. standing in close, still throwing things, but even he's beginning to look tired. He rocks Cabrera again, and Cabrera's in the same place he was in when the referee stopped it, or thought he'd stopped it. Good punches from McGuigan, and Cabrera's in trouble again. Slows down in the last minute of every round. And McGuigan can't get rid of him. How badly he needs to. Extraordinary challenger. There's the bell. Heard this time, and McGuigan goes back again for more attention to that curving cut on the cheekbone under the left eye. And now in the other corner, Cabrera's got eye trouble too. He's got a small cut near the left eye. So a fight of fouls and cuts, and extraordinary incidents. And the second's in Cabrera's corner, working hard on the left eye. Can't be too bad. We didn't notice it during the round. It's only a graze, I think, but it's on the outside of the left eye. Well, such incidents, it makes you wonder what's going to happen before we come to the finish. So it's gone further now than anybody expected it would. McGuigan's third world title fight in 8 months. And in some ways, it's the most difficult of the lot. McGuigan piling up the points, doing most of the scoring. But the man still comes popping back at him with jabs. Cabrera looking very sprightly on his feet again, but he does tend to fade towards the end of each round. Although McGuigan hasn't put quite as much pressure on in this round as he did in the previous one. In fact, Cabrera is getting into this a bit. Beginning to look almost confident. And McGuigan had better do something about that. Definitely coming back into this. Used his legs well in this round. wouldn't have thought he'd got that sort of strength in his legs to do it, but he has. And he's giving McGuigan an awful lot of problems. McGuigan takes a deep, deep breath as he goes back to his corner. Terry, this is an extraordinary fight. What do you make of it?
Well, you never cease to be amazed in this business, Harry. I thought that when the referee looked like he'd stopped it, I didn't think the other guy would get through the next round. And I think Barry tried just a little bit too hard to get rid of him. The round previous to that, he'd set him up. That round, he just run out and threw everything and missed and got himself a little bit out of breath. I think he'll steady up now.
It can't be easy to come back to a fight you think you finished with.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a kick to nothing, hasn't he, from day one? You know, everybody's expected a nice, easy little workout here, and he's got to try and pump himself up for this fight. But this guy really is trying. He's hanging in there.
You wouldn't fancy him in the other corner if it was your man, eh?
I've never seen anything like this tonight. I mean, really, it's been a day of, you know, a day of days to me here.
Day of days and a night of nights in Dublin, the 11th. And the challenger's still in there. And the most unexpected thing of all is beginning to loom, that this might just go the 15. McGuigan has steadied his boxing up a bit, as Terry suggested he might, and he's not going wild. He's just trying to box the man now. This is the great thing about McGuigan. This is what makes him a good champion, that he can switch tactics in the middle of the fight. He can box when he has to box, and he can fight when he has to fight. But he can't get rid of Cabrera. He's done so much work on Cabrera, and yet this tough brown man from the Dominican Republic is still looking dangerous. This is a much tougher fight for McGuigan than the Pedrosa one ever was. And that's astonishing. Well, McGuigan's kept control of this round for most of it, but he's had to work hard to do it. And suddenly Cabrera looks strong at the ends of rounds now, and he didn't before. As the bell, they have to keep ringing it to make it heard, and he's taken one after the bell, but nobody heard it up there, including the referee. It's a measure of the sort of noise that you get outside the ring when McGuigan fights. They can't hear the bell. They really ought to have some sort of extra amplification for the bell when he fights, because it can lead to very awkward incidents, as we've seen tonight. I've seen no further trouble at all from that left eye of Cabrera's, but they're still working on it. It's up on the just under the eyebrow, but it can't be much of a cut, and I've seen no blood. Actually, when you look at the two of them, McGuigan looks as though he's losing the fight by a mile. But he's not. He's the one with all the marks. Would you agree with that? He does look like the fellow who's losing, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah, he looks like he's been in the war, yeah, but he's winning the fight, all right. Now, instead of trying to knock the guy out, should go behind the jab, then he might do it. You know, he's doing more damage with the jab than anything else.
Well, he'd have got very long odds indeed against this fight getting to the 12th round. It's a 15-rounder, remember, under WBA rules. If it were WBC, this would be the last round. But under World Boxing Association rules, 15 rounds. There's not a lot behind those punches of Cabrera's. He's pushing him out. Cabrera boxing very, very intelligently. Forward all the time, McGuigan. Never stopped coming forward in this fight, and he's always been in the center. He heard him. Everybody thought this fight was over at the end of the 8th, and here we are in the 12th. And once again, as the bell goes, McGuigan's attacking furiously. But once again, Cabrera is still obstinately there, proving himself to be a most brave and competent challenger, much to the disturbance of this corner, who would have liked to have seen the back of Cabrera a long, long time ago. Well, there was one moment here when McGuigan looked to me as though he definitely hurt the challenger. And this is that moment. He dug some punches downstairs, one or two of them looking again suspiciously low, and the last one sent him back on his heels again. So, this place packed, 6,500 people. Absolutely on the verge of tremendous excitement as we come to the closing stages now of what has proved to be one of the most astonishing fights seen for a long, long time. McGuigan trots out, trying to impress upon Cabrera that he still feels very fresh, even if he doesn't. Bit of elbow from McGuigan. Well, these two will deserve a long rest after this one. Cabrera has been much more effective since he was almost stopped when the bell saved him. That's a good right. He's getting through with some heavy-looking punches, McGuigan. The 13th. Cabrera looks to his corner. McGuigan's face is marked and scarred and blotched. Good right again. McGuigan's giving him some stick. Is he going to be able to take it this time? He's in that same place again. Best round McGuigan has had for a long time, and still Cabrera comes forward. Astonishing how he stood up to this, Cabrera. How did that man ever knock him out in 3 rounds? And he gets one back. Less than 30 seconds of this round to go. They must seem like 10-minute rounds to these men. Overwhelmingly McGuigan's round, but the man's still light on his feet. 2 to go, and he backpedals into his own corner, and McGuigan has to smile. He actually backpedaled all the way to his stool and neatly sat down, and it brought a smile to McGuigan's face. A round packed with action, and most of it coming from McGuigan. We can see some of it again. It's well worth a look at. This is the place in the ring where Cabrera has always found himself in trouble. This is where all the confusion happened when the bell went and they didn't hear it. Taking some good shots to the head here, missing some, taking others, but even then was light enough and strong enough on his feet to come back.
He's absolutely exhausted up there, Harry. You know, they're rubbing his belly, everything. It really is tired up there.
14th round. 2 to go. And Cabrera is certainly going to find them tough rounds to go. And McGuigan comes running out again. The laces are undone on Cabrera's boots, which gives him a little extra time. I don't know whether that was a ploy, but or whether it was an accident.
It's given Barney no time to work on McGuigan's eye there.
Off we go. Round 14. The greatest fight night Dublin has ever seen. He catches Cabrera to the head again. Cabrera's out on his feet. He's gone. He's down looking out into the commentator's face. And he's gone, gone, gone. His legs have gone and he's turned to his corner. And I don't think he wants to go on. But the referee has invited him to go on. And he's going to take a hammering. His gum shield is out. Round 14. And he can't stand on his legs. He's gone. The legs have gone and he's looking to his corner. He's looking for his gum shield. And the referee's saying, come on. Why doesn't the referee do something? The man's groping about on the floor. It's over, and not before time. The referee took too long to make up his mind. The man was groping about blindly on the floor to find his gum shield, and the referee was telling him to get on with it, and he didn't want to go on with it, and I can't blame him for that. So in the 14th round, we've come to the end of a truly amazing fight in which Barry McGuigan has successfully defended his WBA featherweight title for the second time. And as usual, bedlam inside those ropes. But in a moment or two, I'm going to climb up there and try and make some sense out of that lot. What did you think of that, Terry? What do you think of the finish? I mean,
Well, I was just thinking to myself, they say there's no business like show business, but if anything can lick this tonight, I've not seen it.
what did you think? I mean, the referee's actions at the end there were extraordinary. He didn't seem to want to let the man turn it in.
I think he was a little bit weak at the end of the 8th round, and I think he was a little bit weak there. He certainly didn't have too much control at the finish there. The kid wanted to quit. He didn't quite know what to do.
OK, Terry, thank you. I'm going to climb up into the ring.
And while he does climb up into the ring there, Harry, Alan and I will reflect a little bit on that fight. A wonderful fight, a wonderful night, except for the referee at the end there, who seemed to not know quite what was going on.
Yes, he panicked, didn't he?
He panicked.
He kept panicking and he kept giving warnings for low blows, which was he had to do. But when the guy Cabrera was bending down to pick his gum shield up, he should have stopped the fight. You know, he just didn't know what to do.
What about the end of that 8th round, though? It looked as though he'd stopped it there. He didn't hear the bell, did he?
No, I mean, he was hurt, Cabrera, but no, I think it was on the bell. There would have been pandemonium in there, because give the guy another chance, because it was right on the bell, so you can see here.
Some good action there. Yes, he was dying on his feet, really.
Yes.
He wanted it stopped himself, I think, there. He was...
Yes.
But the referee...
But I'll tell you something, Des.
Go on.
The thing is, when you get these guys that work the fields, and they come over to this country and they're hungry for success, guys that had never even seen a colour television before, and they come to a European country and think, well, this is what I want for my.
Well, that's the end of the 8th round.
Here's the end, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what
there was confusion then, and more confusion right at the end. But I don't know what they put in the diet in the Dominican Republic, but I want some of it, because...
Fantastic, wasn't
how
it?
did he keep going all the way
I
through?
don't know. I think determination, pride. He wanted to be the champion. He's had a bit of the taste of this European life, and he's got a family, I believe, and he just wants the best for them. But didn't he box well?
He did. But what about McGuigan now? I mean, he's never been marked up like that for a start, has he?
It might have done him a favour, because he now knows how tough this boxing world is. I mean, all the time you're boxing and you're knocking people over, isn't it lovely? Right. But then to take a bit of punishment yourself, he knows he's in a hard old game. So he could have done him a favour.
Well, I think Harry Carpenter's ready for us. He's got McGuigan there.
Barry, congratulations. Have you got enough breath left to talk to me?
Oh, plenty of breath left. Frustrating opponent, very difficult to nail properly. Very slippery, and I thought I could have nailed him earlier, but that's the way it goes. That's the fight game.
Is that the hardest fight you've ever had?
No, I wouldn't say it's the hardest fight I've ever had, but it was a difficult fight for me because of the fact that he was so slippery and so difficult to nail properly.
Well, you got a thumb in your eye, didn't you, at the start?
He thumbed me in the eye in the 2nd round, and he thumbed me in the eye again later on in the rounds. And I signalled to the referee that he was doing it, and you know, I started to get to him later on in the rounds, but he was very difficult to hit properly. All right.
Cabrera's here, and the two men embrace each other. That's a nice gesture from Cabrera. Okay, guys. It was a rough fight in many ways, wasn't it? You got cautioned about the low punching.
Yes, I got cautioned about low punching, but I felt that it was a wee bit unnecessary because of the fact that it was a very close-in fight, and we were sweating, and it was very difficult to place the punches properly. But it was a very difficult fight for me in the fact that he came forward and he rushed on top of me and he bowled me into the ropes and that sort of thing. And he knew how to fight a bit on the inside himself, and he was dangerous with that head of his.
Tell me a bit about the end of the 8th round when you thought it was all over.
Well, a bit of pandemonium at the end of the round because
you could say that again.
he was very tired. but I realised that he was a young man and he could come back, so I didn't go out and rush things too difficult, you know, to make things too difficult in the next 2 rounds. So I just went out and I placed my shots and I worked it slowly again and worked them down. But it was a good long fight. I've been out of the ring quite a while and I felt I could have been a bit sharper. I think the fact that I was a bit rusty didn't help things. You know.
Barry, you're an amazing man. You had a tough fight. You can talk so coolly to me. Well done. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks.